Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Tertiary phase.
This is the story of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Perhaps the most remarkable, certainly the most successful book ever to come out of the great publishing corporations of
Ursa Minor.
Now in its 7 to the power of 16th edition, it has been continuously revised and upgraded, including being fitted with a highly experimental jog-proof, splash-resistant heat shield.
And a sophisticated new voice circuit.
Not always with complete success. The earliest origins of the guide are now, along with most of its financial records, lost in the mists of time and the document shredders of Megadodo Publications. But it is worth mentioning, among other things, that every world on which the guide has ever set up an accounting department has shortly afterwards perished in warfare or other natural disaster. So it is interesting, but not very interesting, to note that 2 or 3 days prior to the destruction of Earth to make way for a new hyperspace bypass, there was a dramatic upsurge in the number of UFO sightings, not only over Lord's Cricket Ground in London, but also above Glastonbury in Somerset, the very site selected for the new Hitchhiker's Guide Financial Records Office, just hours before the Vogon demolition fleet arrived.
People of Earth, this is Prostetnik Vogon Jealous of the Galactic Hyperspace Planning Council. Your planet is scheduled for demolition.
So that would seem to have been that, as far as the Earth was concerned, except that there were 3 survivors.
Arthur Dent had basically assumed that he was the only native
ape-descended Earthman to escape from the Earth,
because his only companion,
disconcertingly called Ford
Prefect,
had revealed himself to be a Hitchhiker's Guide researcher from somewhere near Beetlejuice.
and not from Guildford after all. So when, against all conceivable
Probability, they were rescued by a ship piloted by the infamous Zaphod Beeblebrox, and were astonished to find him accompanied by a certain Trillian, once
Tricia Macmillan, a rather nicely descended ape person that Arthur once met at a party in Islington,
it could only be because their ship was powered by the
infinite improbability drive.
which of course it was.
Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger, more than ever, after hour, work is never over. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger, more than ever, hour.